Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna check out that it's working today as well. We'll be playing some Swedish music. It seems to be working. Let me know otherwise. And then we'll do... Yeah, so I got my Swedish flag here that I got from my grandparents sometime. And there's like a couple of reasons why it feels like it's suitable to have some Swedish music. Primarily because I'm playing this program right now, so I might as well do a stream on it, is my thinking. But also we have our national holiday, the 6th of June, the day of the flag. And also Midsummer was last weekend. That's like the informal national holiday. Everybody parties, we've got flowers on our heads and eat the special midsummer food. So it's a big kind of celebration on the year in Sweden. And finally, Sweden is not yet out of the World Cup, so there's still hope for that. But anyway, I'm playing these piano pieces. It's called Frösö Flowers by Wilhelm Peterson-Berger. And there is, well, in Swedish it's Wilhelm Peterson-Berger. Peterson-Berger, you can say in England. Oh, from Japan! So fun you say that. Sweden is playing against Japan in the World Cup on Friday, so that will be interesting. Can be a close one, football World Cup. But for the piano music here, I'm going to show, there's a link in the description, because I did a lot of analysis on this in 2020, so 6 years ago, like 1 year after I've started the channel. Let's see if this is working now. I hope it works. Yeah, so this is the playlist that I have like 12 videos of all these pieces. There's 3 books and 21 movements or pieces. And I do a lot of, I speak a little bit about it and then play the whole movement. I haven't watched them recently, like many years ago. But anyway, this year it was suitable to take them up again. Because some of them are really famous, like iconic pieces of music in Sweden. They play them in orchestra, but originally it's for piano. Like Sommarsång and Entry into Sommarhagen. I can scroll down here. There's this many of them. But then in 2020 I kind of discovered the rest of them. There's some gems that's not as much played but really nice. So I played all of them and did a series, and you can see that it's not very impressive views, because it's hard to retain the audience when you like do videos that are very similar, and I did 12 of them in a series on the summer on 2020. But it's still really nice music, and so this time a live stream might be a better format to do them. So anyway, this year I played book 1 and 3, so not book 2, just it's too much. So that's what I will be doing today. I'll play a piece, they're like between 2 and 4 minutes each, and I'll say a little bit about the next one. And it should be good for 2 hours, so you should be able to come back to this stream if you don't have the time today. But I hope to give some nice Swedish music. No score today, only the piano, because it's too much to hassle, and it's more like kind of halfway to a concert stream. But a lot of talking. So the first one is called Rentrée, so the return of an entry, like a entry again to something that's familiar, but also new. This opens the first book. It's a tough piece to start with. There's a lot of octaves and some of it is a bit awkward, so tough to get right the first time. But there's a repeat, so the second time is always better. Okay, so this guy, Wilhelm Peterson-Berger, he was born in 1867. He was born in the north of Sweden, then studied in Stockholm, and a little bit in Dresden in Germany, and then returned and worked in Sweden as a musician, a composer, but mainly he's known as a music critic for the big newspaper in Sweden. And he was kind of mean to other composers when he reviewed their music, so he got a lot of enemies in the music life, so a lot of other people didn't appreciate his music so much. Like, he was a controversial figure, and his music is not that much it's not regarded as like the finest music in Sweden, but especially these piano pieces have really found their way to people's heart in Sweden. And I want to try to give a little bit of this atmosphere of the summertime in Sweden, where it's so bright now. The sun is up on a long time of the day, and you can sense this in the music. It's about summer, a lot of it, like it's connected to summer. Also, he was inspired by a special county or region in Sweden. It's called Jämtland. It's also a bit north, where he eventually moved and built a house on an island on a lake. And the lake is called Storsjön, the big lake, and the island is Frösön, so that's in the name, the Frösö flowers. Now the second movement in the first book is Sommarsång, so obviously the summer. And this is one of the two really most famous ones, so every Swede knows this. Nice texture of chords and counterpoint, so in F major, Sommarsång. that's a nice one. Some apologies for the piano tuning. It's not 100% tuned. But we'll have to do for this stream. There's also, like, if you listen to more of these, you will kind of start to recognize some devices that he uses that keep recurring. And if you watch the videos in the playlist, I really highlight which, like, some chords he uses a lot. And I got to thinking that there's one thing in this piece that you can hear, which is medians modulation, or like moving in medians, which is something that's similar to Grieg. Some of it sounds a bit similar, and especially this thing, and I'll show in the middle here when you get... So it's a sequence and it's going up in median. So first in A, and then in C, and then in E, and then in G. Like a median is a third away, so that's A major to D minor and C major. So like it's not within the key, so it's like breaking new grounds in the microcosm of this develop section here. Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is also quite well known. Like there's a bunch of them in the first half of the first book are well known. This one is called Lawn Tennis, as a Swedish title, because there was an Anglican influence in the late 1800s, I assume, because it says lawn tennis. You play tennis on your lawn. Sounds like this. Very nostalgic feeling in this, all the descending motions in the sequences. Also medians here in the middle. E flat major, going to C flat, going to G flat, and now from G flat flat and B flat minor, they're relatives, but then going to D flat minor and to this lush lounge chord. Yeah, very nice in there. Oh wow, so I'm reading in the chat, they're available as sheet music in Japan. That's fun to know. Happy about that. Okay, next one is a little bit more slower. To the lyrical side, it's called To the Roses. And this one has a kind of an air of Schumann. They're in the middle here, there's the left hand comes in and you get some counterpoint, and the texture feels a lot like Schumann for me. Yeah, but he's very good at writing melodies, I think, the Wilhelm Peterson-Berger. Then all of these pieces are, it's not big pieces with big development, they're very like miniatures, so that's the form in these suites. But nice, very nice pieces. To the Roses. This is a Schumann part again. A really long runway to end it on a nice A flat major, just play out the chord a lot. I'm just gonna check on my curtain was almost fell down here, just 1 second. It's yeah, I think it will hold for an hour more or something. Okay, so next one is called Congratulation, Gratulation. And I played this at a concert, this suite of the 2 books, book 1 and 3, maybe 3 weeks ago. we had a concert in Gothenburg with our local piano society, where I'm the president, so I can plan like one concert per semester where I plan the program I want to play. And this year I put this on the program, and it was really funny because that was the 30th of May, and the day after was my grandfather's birthday, and he turned 90 years old. So at the concert, I dedicated my performance of this Congratulation to my grandfather, and it was a really nice moment. So now he's turned 90 years old. So here's Congratulations. It's quite difficult actually to get it all right with the fingers. Yeah. Some visitor in the chat to Sweden, future Sweden visitor, will be very nice that you will come to our lovely country here. There was something, another device that this composer keeps coming back to, Peterson-Berger. It's you will find a lot in these pieces, an open fifth in the bass. So this part. So G major, and then D7 dominant, but with a G as a drone, as a pedal point, and with a fifth. So this is here underneath. And again D major with a G. So this makes it feel a lot of folk music inspired. Next one is another slow and soft one, really nice piece called At Frösö Church. So the church on this island where he built his summer house. So we get to relax, and you'll hear both kind of maybe some kind of angelic choir singing in the high register, And then also you will hear the church organ playing a chorale in the middle and in the end. So really nice painting of sounds here. And also the fifth in the bass. We're gonna have this D flat, this key. Again. And the church bell. Now the organ. The angels. Final postlude of the organ. With this suspension on the sus4, it's so typical an organ ending, going to the third and down to the 2 and back to the 3rd. Like the piece could end before that, but the organ comes in one more time. Really nice piece to play in front of an audience. It's funny how it feels more alive when I play it, even if it's just a stream, than when I practice it, like I did now. Got a Swede in the chat, let me read here. Oh wow! This is so fun. So we got a Swedish person who's lived very close to where the composer lived on the Frösö island I was talking about in Jämtland. That's really cool. I haven't been there. I've only read about it. So I probably should go there at some time in my life, I think, to get the atmosphere of that. Okay, next movement is a quick one, like a scherzo, called At Twilight, i skymningen. And here I have the interpretation that it's about, like, there's a phenomenon that's in like folklore fairy tale kind of world, where if you have fog at twilight, like fog over the lakes, there are some elves that could be dancing there. Like sometimes if the fog moves, it looks like it's not natural. Maybe there's elves dancing or something. And I think this scherzo is that kind of dance. Like you don't see it, it's far away, it's foggy, but it's really exciting in a way. And also the middle section, you get a lot of medians and like chromatic modulations here. And it's like you don't know if it's real or not. Like you don't know where the music is going, and in the end it kind of falls into place very nicely. So maybe some elves dancing at twilight. It's like, where is it going in the middle? A lot of spicy chromatic voice leading there. But nice dance in a triple time. It went all right this. It's quite difficult with a big leaps. But quite fun to play also. Okay, there's one more as the final movement in the first book. That's called a greeting. And it's quite a simple, shorter piece movement. It's funny, all three books end in the same way, with a more like introverted, reflective piece. And they have a little bit of similar structure as a suite. So I'm gonna do this and then we'll switch tracks a little bit. But here is a greeting in piano form, just not very complicated. it's really cool in the end here how he takes the motif and completely reharmonizes it. So the motive is in the melody. That like going up and down. And then in the end, you get it in the left hand. It's in another key. But if I just play that. Like you hear it's the same melody, but here it's like in A major. The implied is A major. And that's like the harmony in the beginning follows what you would think it would be. But in the end, it does not, because it sounds like he harmonizes this like this. Yeah, so. Back to E major. Really cool stuff there. So that's the first book. Any questions? If you got questions, you can watch my full analysis videos. So I made them on all these pieces. And link to a playlist in the description. Now before I play the third book, I'm gonna do 6 pieces from that. But I'm gonna do another composer actually, but still Swedish. But I also did this at a concert. Let's see, here we go. And it's a female composer. It's actually the first woman composer that I've done on the channel. It's just happened to be that I haven't been as inspired as I have by Chopin and the other guys. But this is really fun because Elfrida Andrée, she was active in Gothenburg, in my hometown. And she was the first woman organist in a cathedral in Sweden, in Gothenburg Cathedral, and really was a big figure in the music life at the time. And it's pretty much the same time as Wilhelm Peterson-Berger wrote his music. Elfrida Andrée is a little bit earlier. So I think she got the job as the cathedral organist the same year as Peterson-Berger was born in 1867. So she wrote some music, not a whole lot, but some nice chamber music, like a piano trio, and a little bit for piano. And there was an album that a Swedish pianist, Oscar Ekberg, I think, recorded all the piano works, which is like an hour. And I listened to that, and I think these tone pictures are the most nice ones. So I think I will do an analysis videos on these before the summer holiday. It's been a long time since I did published analysis videos on the channel, but I think these are coming up, so nice to play them here. They're in the same genre as the Frösö Flowers, short miniatures and painting title. As you can see in the description, is the 3 of them. It's On the Water and Children's Minuet and On the Night, or like in evening. Then I also playing a 4th, which is an individual separate piece, and I throw it in between the 2nd and 3rd because that's where it fits mostly. And I'll get to that when I get there. So like her music is a little bit neglected because women composers didn't get any time, but she's not terribly neglected. Like it's not that revolutionary. It's a little bit, it's kind of easygoing, salon style, but very nice and pretty. Not easy, like slightly more awkward than the Frösö, but very nice when you get the textures right. So here we go, On the Water. yeah, you can kind of hear the water is splashing and going in the air, and the waves are crashing. I really like the middle section. Some really nice melody there as well. This is the minor chord, I believe. A flat minor to E flat major. Proved tactic, always works. Gonna go to the next one, the children's minuet, and this one I feel Beethoven, because it's got some Beethoven outbursts between piano and forte, and also a little bit more nervous and restless and ominous, even though it's called children's minuet. Again with a super lovely melody in the middle section, also in D flat major, and then the minuet part comes back again. So something like this. There's a detail, I'll do the detail later here. Let's play it first. Ominous again. Yeah, it's kind of a fun piece, I think. A little bit underrated. So there is a published edition on IMSLP. You can find the link in the description. But that edition is not really correct. Like there are some obvious errors, like some missing sharp or flat, I think at some point. And also there is a point where maybe I can show, I don't have prepared music, but maybe do you see this? Yeah, like the notes in the left hand here, if you see the line, I have added the line myself because it just says a note up in the air without an extra line. So it's not clear which note it is. And so I play D flat here. I play it like that because I think that sounds very nice. But if you listen to the pianist I mentioned who's recorded, Oscar Ekberg, he plays an A flat. Like it can't be an A flat. He plays, instead of this D flat, he plays A flat, I think. Because like it comes before that, and then it's a clear note, and the A flat would be more corresponding to the first time. So I think he thought that, well, if it's not clear, I can choose a note that fits, and why not? I think both works, but I do prefer the D flat. You get this super nice major 7, D flat major 7. Yeah. There's also like, there's a repeat here. A repeat here, 1 and 2 second time bars. But this repeat, there's no written where you should go from, so you have to assume that it's repeat on this section only. Yeah, but that's a nice piece. Okay, so now before I take the third one of this small set of Opus 4, I take another piece that's like a tone picture, but it's individual. It's called a toothache fughetta. So apparently she went to the dentist, and this is dedicated to her dentist, Dr. Schultzberg. And she got a tooth filled, and she was lying in her bed and having a toothache the whole night. And then she wrote this toothache fughetta to as a remember. Like the theme is the subject goes like this. You can feel the gnarling in the tooth. And in the end she writes, Sempre DC, over and over again, during a whole night, inspired by a filled tooth. And it sounds like this. That's a fun little piece. Why not write a toothache fughetta, people? More music like this, I think. It's fun. Okay, let's do the final one in the set of the 3 tone pictures. The pretty pictures. It's called In the Evening, Om kvällen. Like actually the Swedish proposition here, it might be like evening times, or anxiety and crying, exactly. Pain, in the chromatic pain. But so this night, like a nocturne, this night is without a toothache, is my joke on this presentation. Because it's a very lovely lyrical melody, a bit similar to the water piece before, but even more calmer. Melody goes from right hand top to the left hand middle, a bit back and forth. Quite nice nocturne. it probably sounds easier than it is. It's a little bit awkward to get the nice sound balance in this one. I went kind of all right, but it could be better. Not recording level here, but all right, I think. I'm gonna take a short break to go to the bathroom because I have maybe half an hour more music to play and just get a short breather, some air in the brain. So I'll be back in like a minute or so. And then we'll do some more Frösö flowers. So be right back. Okay, I'm back. I hope you haven't left. So let's continue with the third book of the Frösö flowers. Here is, let's see, this is the third book, like an old copy. You can see a picture of the, is it his place or somewhere like it, I assume, in the region. So the Sommarhagen technically means the summer pasture, but it's also the title that he named his house that he built. He named it the Sommarhagen. So there's a movement. The second movement is called Entry into Sommarhagen. It's going into his house, but also the pasture, like going out in the pasture. It's both of those. And before that, there's a Prelude. And this one is also pretty rough, the way it's written, because there's a lot of octaves and a lot of in both hands, like in the end, like Tchaikovsky octave type of bass. But very nice. Also, all three books open with a exuberant piece in C major. So this is the opening movement in C major on the third book, Prelude. One final disclaimer, it's a little bit hard with some dotted rhythms to get them on the upright piano. The mechanics is a bit slow, so that's a disclaimer for, would be better on a grand mechanic. But here we go. strepitando in the end, like moving forward a lot. Again, we have this open fifth in the bass. And also this rhythm, that's also recurring in a lot of the movements, including the next one, which we'll move to. And then in the end of the stream, if there's anyone who's been here for a long time, I want to ask you which movement you like the most. So you can think about that and type if you think about anything. It's fun to discuss it. So next one, Entry into Sommarhagen. This is the other one, I think that's the most famous, together with the second movement of the first book that I played before, the Sommarsång. And I think both of these are quite common in like orchestral arrangements. This has the same rhythm of the a little bit of the simple rural life, open fifth and the quarter note to eighth notes. I'm sorry about the tuning. There's some keys are worse than others. This is unfortunately a bit worse, the F major down here. It should be a bit more major than that. But anyway, here we go. Entry into Sommarhagen. So opens with a fanfare. Section. The fanfare again, going to a da capo for the first part again. Really iconic Swedish piece there, but very tough for the left hand to start with. F, C, A. You need to have big hands to play this. And then there's a lot of this chord and these chords, so like quick breaks, arpeggios. And I'm not, it's a bit hard to get together. Maybe it works better in orchestra, actually. But I really like the middle section here. So it's in F major. And then the middle section comes in D flat major, which is again a mediant. So from 1 flat to 5 flats. So very warm. So next one, here is where I skip one movement from this book that I'm not too fond of. I don't really know how to play the third movement, so I'll skip that one. And then instead of that, I'll jump to number 5, which is another slow one, because after these two, it's very nice with the slow one. This one I really like. It's called Vilmarken lockar, or in English, The Call of the Wild. And it really sets up an amazing ambience of like looking out at the big landscape, probably evening time or like early in the morning or something, and you feel an urge of being with nature or something. And it's very vast. He uses all the register, but it's slow and it's very secure, and really good piece. Sounds like this. Yeah, that's a nice movement. The Call of the Wild. So now when I put together my suite here, when I skip the one other movement that I'm not playing, now I go back to number 4 instead, which is more moving, because that one I really want to play. It's called Folkumor, same in Swedish and English. And this is very much inspired and kind of close to a traditional folk tune that you play on a violin and in the countryside in triple time, and it's like polska, and you have an emphasis on the first and third beat. So left hand is a lot of, and especially in the middle here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1. Like, it really sounds like a folk tune. But he's Peterson-Berger always writes as a art music, in the realm of art music. So it's thoroughly composed with a very nice melody that fits perfectly. And it's a really fun and light kind of scherzo type of piece. Folk humor. Yeah, it's a fun one. Quite well put for the hands. Not that awkward. Some of the other ones are more awkward. This feels nice to play. Okay, so there's 2 more movements from the 3rd book, the closing ones, number 6 and 7, and they're a little bit shorter. I'm gonna have some water. And at first glance, they might look like they're quite simple and not that ambitious, like some simple melodies, but I think they are incredibly elegant, the way they're written and put together, and the material comes together very nicely. The first one is Under the Aspen Tree, and I'll do one at a time and then we'll talk about the next one. And here we have these aspen trees, very common in Sweden, and the leaves are vibrating when it's blowing. And he's captured this phenomenon in the music by having the left hand play maybe slower. But this is the aspen leaves that are going back and forth in the wind. And it also says, it's the only time I've seen this written, I think. Here, murmurando, so like murmuring. It's the background sound of all the trees and bushes brushing with the wind. And then it's a very nice, elegant melody on top of that. Really one of my favorite pieces. I might have played it when I had like a mingle music stream. It works as background mingle music, but it also works as concert music. So here's the concert version. It's a lovely piece, I think. And now for the final movement of the third book. We're approaching the end of this stream, but I got two more pieces. And the one from the second book to close it off. But the finale of this book is again a more introspective, reflective. It's called In Many Years. And it sounds even more simple, like a chorale structure. I can show a little bit of the score here, like this old time score. It's a light. So like these dotted rhythms again, bum ba bum, and easy chords, like straightforward chords in the left hand, but quite wide. But then, so it doesn't sound like it's much going on in the beginning, but then in the middle, like there is some tension underneath that floats to the surface, I find, and it gets really gripping sometimes for like the phrase in the middle where it goes up to fortissimo and then falls back. So maybe if there's some people that like meet again in many years' time, they talk about what happened or what could have been, maybe. In Many Years. it's a little bit sad and ends on a sad note in minor. But yeah, this version felt really good to play today. Sometimes it's really hard to get to understand where it's going, but today I think I understood where it was going. Yeah, that's someone else felt that I understood something about it too. That's nice to hear. So I'm going to do one more movement, which is the ending movement from the second book, which is another favorite of mine. That's why, and it's also slow, but it doesn't end so sad. It ends on a much more happy note. It's called Memories, and it starts kind of sad, quite obviously remembering someone who's passed away, I think, or like some memories. You're kind of sad that it's not the good times anymore. I think it fits into as an elegy of someone or something, because it's very heavy in the beginning. But then you have this interlude or middle section where it flips to major. It's in F sharp minor, then it's F sharp major. It's very bright with all the sharps, and it's a completely all the good is coming in the memory. Really happy memories, and he really catches this expression very nice in here. And then you get a return of the minor, and then the final flip to the major. So this one is something that when I did all the books and all the analysis, let me show this once more. So if you want to hear more about this music, you can go to my playlist of them. Let's see here. Yeah, if you click the link on the playlist in the description, you can find them all here. Like you can also go to the channel and go to the playlist, and it will be like very far away as a playlist. But I was really happy when I discovered that it's really good piece, this one, the Memories, that I will play now. But not well known. The whole book 2 is less popular than book 1 and 3. So, final movement of this little stream of my Swedish concert program this year. Memories. yeah, that's it for this stream. That's all I had for you today. But it was very nice to play my program in this format as well. I think the Nordic countries, we are pretty good at doing the melancholy, like you can sense in. He catches it very well in this, and there's always this complex emotions. There's always light and darkness, and it's interesting artistically when they blend together, like Peterson-Berger can do pretty well. Some of the other movements are more just simply light, but this one is darker and has real depth to it. So thanks all for being here, and I hope to do some little bit more analysis videos, 1 or 2 in the within the next weeks or month. Yeah, then we'll see what comes next on the channel after that. But thanks all for being here, and have a happy summer and nice holidays, and I see you another time.